Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's me, Christopher Moltisanti, here to talk about something that's been puzzling me lately. Now, I've been part of the family business, if you catch my drift, for quite a while. And let me tell you, there's been some stuff I've seen that's harder to understand than my girl Adriana's obsession with interior decorating, but today we're going to talk about the Industrial Revolution. Yeah, you heard me right, the thing that turned factories into cash cows and men into cogs. So apparently back in the day, people used to do stuff with their hands. You know, make things like those little statues that sit on top of your TV or those fancy plates that you never actually eat off of. But then, out of nowhere, someone had the brilliant idea to invent machines to do the work. And not just any machines, mind you, but big, clanky, steam-spewing monstrosities that looked like something out of a bad sci-fi movie. Now, I gotta admit, I ain't no history expert, but I can imagine it went down something like this. One guy says to his buddy, "Hey, Tony, wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to make pasta by hand? Let's build a machine to do it." And Tony's like, "Yeah, sure thing, Vinny. And while we're at it, why don't we make a machine to tie our shoelaces, too?" And boom, just like that, the Industrial Revolution was born. So these machines start popping up left and right, churning out everything from clothes to shoes to those little plastic forks they give you at fast food joints. Suddenly, folks didn't have to be master craftsmen to make a living. They just had to show up at the factory, slap a few buttons, and voila, you got yourself a paycheck. It's like if Paulie Walnuts discovered he could make money by pressing buttons instead of... well, whatever it is he does. But you see, the thing about this Industrial Revolution is that it changed everything. It turned cities into these towering landscapes of smokestacks and brick buildings. So if you're ever feeling nostalgic for pollution, just take a stroll through one of those old factory districts. And let's not forget about child labor. Yeah, that's right. Little kids working in these factories, making you wonder if they ever had a chance to just be kids. I mean, even Tony Soprano had a soft spot for his ducks, but it seems like back then, people cared more about cranking out widgets than raising their youngins. So in a nutshell, the Industrial Revolution was like the ultimate hustle. It changed the way we live, work, and even think about things. It's like Tony suddenly deciding he's gonna give up the cannoli and become a vegan. It's a whole new world and you gotta adjust. So next time you're sipping your cappuccino and scrolling on your fancy smartphone, just remember that there was a time when folks didn't have machines to do the heavy lifting. And if you ever find yourself missing the good old days, just be glad you don't have to hand crank your pasta maker. Take it from me, Christopher Moltisanti, the Industrial Revolution might have been a crazy ride, but at least we got out with our manicures intact.